Welcome back to the channel. Pocket Change Coins. Today we're going to explore one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. history, the 1972 Jefferson Nickel. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 5-cent coin from 1972 worth a deep dive? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this particular nickel is not as ordinary as it seems. It might just be worth far more than you ever expected. The Jefferson nickel has been a part of American coinage since 1938, and over the years, its design has become iconic. On the obverse side, you'll find a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who was also one of the founding fathers and the author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse of the coin features Monticello, Jefferson's grand estate in Virginia, which reflects his architectural legacy. This design is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. But now, let's talk about the 1972 Jefferson Nickel. This coin is part of a long-running series that continued into the 70s, and despite being in circulation for decades, there's a lot of attention surrounding it today, especially among collectors. You see, while most 1972 Jefferson nickels might seem like just another piece of pocket change, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. What truly makes this coin special is its rarity and potential for error, two factors that could drastically change its value. When most people think of rare coins, they often imagine coins that are decades, if not centuries, old. But in reality, even relatively recent coins can be worth a lot if they have the right conditions or characteristics. And that's where the 1972 Jefferson Nickel comes into play. The first thing to keep in mind is the condition of the coin. Most coins from 1972 that are in circulation today are heavily worn. They've passed through numerous hands, been in countless wallets, and been exposed to the elements. These worn coins are worth just 5 cents, the face value of a nickel, and no more. However, if you happen to stumble upon a 1972 Jefferson nickel that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might be sitting on a goldmine. Coins that have never been in circulation and retain their original shine and detail are considered uncirculated, and they are highly sought after by collectors. Finding an uncirculated 1972 Jefferson nickel is rare, and if you happen to have one, it could be worth much more than a mere nickel. But uncirculated condition alone isn't the only thing that can elevate the value of a 1972 Jefferson nickel. Minting errors also play a huge role in determining a coin's worth. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin with a unique characteristic. Collectors love minting errors because they're rare, unusual, and often make a coin stand out from others. One of the most interesting minting errors that can occur with the 1972 Jefferson nickel is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear misaligned. The further off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. An off-center 1972 Jefferson nickel, especially if the misalignment is extreme, can be worth a lot more than the standard 5-cent nickel. So, if you happen to come across a 1972 nickel with a noticeable off-center strike, make sure to keep a close eye on it. This could be a very valuable find. Another error to watch out for is a double strike. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once during the minting process. Sometimes, the coin is struck a second time in the exact same position, causing parts of the design to overlap. Other times, the coin is struck slightly off-center the second time, creating a double-struck effect. A 1972 Jefferson nickel with a clear double strike is a rare find and can be extremely valuable to collectors. Double-struck coins are often worth far more than their face value, especially if the error is prominent and easy to spot. Additionally, die cracks or die chips are other types of minting errors that can appear on the 1972 Jefferson nickel. These happen when the minting die used to create the coin becomes damaged, leaving cracks or chips that are then transferred onto the coin. A 1972 nickel with a noticeable die crack or chip is not just a unique piece of history, it's also a highly sought-after collectible. Now, you might be wondering how much a 1972 Jefferson nickel could be worth if you find one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error. The value can vary depending on the specifics, but some 1972 Jefferson nickels in uncirculated condition or with minting errors have sold for impressive amounts. A 1972 Jefferson nickel that's in pristine condition could easily fetch a price much higher than its face value. But what if I told you that some of these coins can go for as much as $32,000? Yes, you heard that right, $32,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's incredible to think that a coin as small as a nickel could be worth such a large sum, but that's the magic of the coin collecting world. The combination of rarity, condition, and minting errors can elevate a coin's value well beyond its intended price. So, the next time you're going through your coin collection or digging through some loose change, make sure to keep an eye out for the 1972 Jefferson nickel. Look for coins in excellent condition, or check closely for any minting errors like off-center strikes or double strikes. These could be the key to finding a rare treasure. Today, we're diving deep into the world of US coinage, and we've got an exciting topic for you. We're going to talk about a coin that might just be sitting in your collection right now, unnoticed, the 1984 Jefferson nickel. While this might seem like an ordinary 5-cent coin to the untrained eye, there's a lot more to this little piece of history than meets the eye. So, what makes the 1984 Jefferson nickel so special? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and the possibility of minting errors that can make it worth a lot more than you think. These factors have turned the 1984 Jefferson nickel into a coin that many collectors and investors are eyeing, and today, we'll show you why. By the end of this video, you'll understand how this 5-cent coin could be worth as much as $34,000. Yes, you read that right, a nickel that could fetch a price like that. To start, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. First minted in 1938, the Jefferson nickel has seen a lot of changes over the decades. The design of the coin has remained relatively consistent, featuring the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. On the reverse, we see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia, symbolizing his legacy as an architect and a key figure in U.S. history. Now, fast forward to 1984. By this time, the Jefferson nickel had been a mainstay in U.S. currency for nearly half a century. The 1984 version, like its predecessors, was part of the regular circulating coinage. For most of us, it would have passed through our hands countless times, probably without a second thought. But here's where things get interesting. Coins like these, especially those from certain years, can actually be worth far more than their face value, and 1984 is one of those years that could surprise you. So, what makes a 1984 Jefferson nickel so valuable? As with any rare coin, the first thing that plays a role in its value is its condition. The majority of 1984 Jefferson nickels in circulation today have been worn down by years of use. These coins might have scratches, dings, and other signs of wear, and unfortunately, these coins don't hold much value beyond their face value of 5 cents. However, if you have a 1984 Jefferson nickel that has been well preserved and is in uncirculated condition, that's where things start to get interesting. Uncirculated coins are coins that have never been used in day-to-day transactions. They're kept in pristine condition, with all of their original features intact, no scratches, no fading, and no signs of wear. Uncirculated coins are rare to find, and they tend to be much more valuable than coins that have been in circulation. If you happen to come across a 1984 Jefferson nickel in mint condition, it's definitely worth getting it appraised, as it could be worth far more than just 5 cents. But the value of the 1984 Jefferson nickel doesn't stop at its condition. Minting errors are another factor that can greatly increase the worth of a coin. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, causing unique and often unexpected features on the coin. These errors make a coin stand out from the rest, and collectors love them. They're rare, and having one in your collection can significantly boost the coin's value. One of the most valuable errors that can happen on a 1984 Jefferson nickel is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is struck off-center during the minting process, causing the design to appear misaligned. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. An off-center 1984 Jefferson nickel with a noticeable misalignment could be worth thousands of dollars, especially if the error is particularly striking and rare. If you happen to find one of these, it could be a game changer for your collection. Another type of minting error to watch for is a double strike. This happens when the coin is struck by the minting die more than once, either in the same position or slightly misaligned. Double-struck coins are much more unusual, and they can be highly valuable. A 1984 Jefferson nickel with a double strike could attract the attention of collectors, and it could potentially sell for a much higher price than a typical coin. Die cracks are another minting error that can occur during the production of a coin. These cracks happen when the minting die that strikes the coins becomes damaged, creating cracks or chips that transfer onto the coin. If you have a 1984 Jefferson nickel with a noticeable die crack, this can add a layer of uniqueness to the coin, and collectors will often pay more for coins with these unusual features. Now, you're probably wondering how much a 1984 Jefferson nickel could actually be worth. Well, as we've seen, the value of these coins can vary depending on their condition and any minting errors they may have. But if you have a 1984 Jefferson nickel that's in uncirculated condition or features a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than just 5 cents. In fact, some of these coins can be worth as much as $34,000, yes, $34,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's truly amazing how a simple nickel can hold so much value, especially when it has the right combination of condition and rarity. This is why it's so important to carefully check your coin collection and keep an eye out for coins that might be worth a lot more than you think. If you have a 1984 Jefferson nickel, or any coin from the 1980s, make sure to examine it closely. Look for signs of uncirculated quality, or check for any minting errors that could make the coin even rarer. You never know, your next big find could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Today, we're delving into something truly exciting: the 2003 Jefferson Nickel. A humble 5-cent coin. You might think it's nothing more than pocket change, but stick around, because we're about to show you why this seemingly ordinary nickel could be worth far more than you ever imagined. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this coin could be worth as much as $36,000. Let's start with a little history. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1938. Over the years, it has been produced in multiple designs, but the one we're focusing on today, the 2003 version, comes from a very special period in the coin's history. In the early 2000s, the U.S. Mint began producing coins with some unique characteristics, and the 2003 Jefferson nickel was no exception. The Jefferson nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse side. Jefferson is shown in profile, and the inscription, "In God We Trust," appears above him, along with the year of mintage. On the reverse, you'll see an image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate in Virginia. Monticello has been part of the nickel design for decades, symbolizing Jefferson's role as an architect and his importance in American history. The reverse also has the word E pluribus unum and the coin's denomination, 5 cents. But what makes the 2003 Jefferson nickel so special? The answer lies in its rarity and potential for minting errors that could dramatically increase its value. While most 2003 nickels you encounter today are simply circulating coins that have been used in everyday transactions, there are a select few that stand out from the rest. When we think of valuable coins, we often think of rare, older pieces. However, even relatively modern coins like the 2003 Jefferson nickel can hold significant value if they are in uncirculated condition or feature an error. Coin collectors often focus on coins that are in mint condition because these pieces haven't been exposed to wear and tear and retain their original shine and detail. Uncirculated coins are the holy grail for collectors. These coins have never been in circulation, meaning they've never been in anyone's pocket or purse. They're often stored carefully in protective holders to maintain their pristine quality. If you find a 2003 Jefferson nickel that's uncirculated, it could be worth far more than just 5 cents. The value of uncirculated coins tends to rise significantly because they are in much better condition compared to coins that have been used regularly. A well-preserved 2003 nickel could be a valuable addition to your collection, and the right one could be worth thousands of dollars, but it doesn't stop there. Another factor that can drastically increase the value of a 2003 Jefferson nickel is the presence of minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that doesn't meet the standard specifications. These errors can make the coin unique and highly desirable to collectors. There are several types of minting errors to watch for, and some of them could make your 2003 Jefferson nickel worth a small fortune. One of the most valuable errors you might find on a 2003 Jefferson nickel is a double strike. This happens when a coin is struck by the minting die more than once, sometimes in the same position or misaligned. The result is a coin with a blurry or overlapping design. Double strikes are considered a rare and sought-after error by collectors, and a 2003 Jefferson nickel with a double strike could fetch a high price. The more pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another potential error to keep an eye out for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, causing the design to appear off-center. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. An off-center 2003 Jefferson nickel with a significant misalignment is a rare find, and it could be worth a lot more than the face value of the coin. Die cracks are also an error to look for. These occur when the minting die used to strike the coins becomes damaged, leaving cracks or chips that transfer to the coins. A 2003 Jefferson nickel with a die crack is unique and could make your coin much more valuable to collectors. These errors are often sought after by people who love the rarity and character that they bring to a coin. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 2003 Jefferson nickel with these unique characteristics actually be worth? The price can vary depending on the condition of the coin and the type of error it contains, but if you have an uncirculated 2003 nickel or one with a significant minting error, the value could be quite substantial. Some of these coins have sold for as much as $36,000, that's right, $36,000 for a 5-cent coin. It's amazing to think that a coin as small as a nickel could carry such a high price tag, but that's the power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. Coins like the 2003 Jefferson Nickel, with their potential for minting errors and uncirculated conditions, are the kinds of treasures that collectors are always on the lookout for. So, what should you do if you come across a 2003 Jefferson Nickel in your collection or while sifting through loose change? Take a good look at it. Check for any signs of minting errors, like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. If the coin is in uncirculated condition, it might just be worth far more than you expect. And if you spot a rare error, you could have a truly valuable coin on your hands. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coinage, focusing on a coin that may be sitting in your collection or even your spare change right now, the 1989 Jefferson Nickel. While most of us may consider it just a regular 5-cent coin, stick with us as we uncover why this nickel might be worth far more than you could ever imagine. By the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much a rare 1989 Jefferson Nickel could actually be worth, and it might just surprise you. Let's start by taking a closer look at the 1989 Jefferson Nickel's design and history. The Jefferson Nickel has been a part of American currency since 1938. On the obverse of the coin, we see the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, looking to the left. The inscription above his head reads, "In God We Trust," and below it, you'll find the year of mintage, in this case, 1989. On the reverse side, the coin features a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home and a symbol of his legacy. Monticello has been a consistent feature of the Jefferson Nickel's design ever since the coin was first minted. Jefferson's role as an architect and statesman is honored with this image, representing his contribution to the country's development. The reverse also includes the words E pluribus unum and the coin's denomination, 5 cents. At first glance, the 1989 Jefferson Nickel may seem like nothing out of the ordinary. It's a piece of currency that circulated widely during its time, just like any other nickel. But what if I told you that this seemingly common coin has the potential to be worth a lot more than its face value? Yes, while most 1989 Jefferson nickels you encounter are probably worth only 5 cents, a select few are worth far more due to their rarity and condition. So, what makes these nickels special, and what should collectors look out for? Let's talk about the first factor that can significantly increase the value of a 1989 Jefferson nickel: its condition. As with all collectible coins, the condition is everything. A coin that has been worn down by years of circulation is far less valuable than one that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you've got a 1989 Jefferson nickel that has been stored carefully, free from wear and damage, then you've got something special on your hands. Uncirculated coins are coins that have never been used in everyday transactions. These coins are typically kept in protective storage, away from any potential damage. If your 1989 Jefferson nickel is in uncirculated condition, it could be worth far more than the typical nickel you find in circulation. Collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved coins, as their value increases with time, especially if they've been preserved properly. But uncirculated condition is not the only factor that can make a 1989 Jefferson nickel valuable. Minting errors play a huge role in determining a coin's worth. These errors happen during the minting process when something goes wrong, causing a coin to have unusual features or defects. Minting errors are rare, and the rarer the error, the higher the value of the coin. Some minting errors can make a 1989 Jefferson nickel worth far more than the typical 5-cent coin. One of the most sought-after minting errors is the double strike. This happens when a coin is struck more than once by the minting die. The result is a coin with a blurry or overlapping design, which can be extremely valuable to collectors. Double-struck coins are considered a mistake, but their uniqueness is what makes them highly desirable. If you have a 1989 Jefferson nickel that shows a double strike, you could have a very valuable coin on your hands. Another type of error to watch for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not aligned properly during the minting process, causing the design to be misaligned. An off-center 1989 Jefferson nickel with a noticeable shift in the design is a rare find, and collectors would be eager to add it to their collections. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another possible error to check for is a die crack. This happens when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged, causing cracks or chips to appear on the coin. A 1989 Jefferson nickel with a prominent die crack can be an exciting find for collectors, as it adds character and uniqueness to the coin. Coins with die cracks are often highly collectible and can fetch a higher price in the market. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much is a 1989 Jefferson nickel really worth? If you have a well-preserved 1989 nickel in uncirculated condition or one with a rare minting error, the value could be far more than just 5 cents. In fact, some of these nickels have been known to sell for as much as $38,000. Yes, you heard that right. $38,000 for a single nickel. It's truly incredible to think that a small 5-cent coin can hold so much value. But that's the magic of coin collecting. Rare and well-preserved coins with minting errors can be worth far more than their face value. If you've got a 1989 Jefferson nickel in your collection, take a closer look. It might just be the treasure you've been waiting for. So, what should you do if you find a 1989 Jefferson nickel? Start by carefully inspecting it. Look for any signs of wear or damage that might affect its value. If the coin looks uncirculated, it's already worth more than a regular nickel. But if you notice any minting errors, like a double strike, off-center strike, or die crack, you could be holding a true rarity that could be worth thousands of dollars. Today, we're about to uncover the secrets of a coin that might just be sitting in your collection or even your change jar right now: the 1963 Jefferson nickel. When you think of a nickel, you probably imagine it as just another piece of pocket change, but believe it or not, this particular 5-cent coin from 1963 could be worth far more than you expect. By the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this seemingly ordinary coin might actually be worth. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. let's start by diving into the history and design of the 1963 Jefferson nickel. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is one of the most iconic coins in American currency. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, looking to the left. The inscription, "In God We Trust," is displayed above him, and the year of mintage, 1963, is located below his profile. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's beloved home in Virginia. Monticello has been featured on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel since its inception, representing Jefferson's legacy as both a statesman and an architect. Along with the image of Monticello, you'll find the inscriptions, E pluribus unum, and the coin's denomination, 5 cents. It's a design that has remained largely unchanged for decades, a true symbol of American history. While the 1963 Jefferson nickel may seem like just another piece of everyday currency, there's much more to it than meets the eye. You might be wondering, what makes this coin so special and valuable? Well, the answer lies in the rarity of the coin in certain conditions and the potential for minting errors that can dramatically increase its worth. Like most coins, the condition of the 1963 nickel plays a huge role in determining its value, and that's where collectors often find hidden treasures. If you happen to have a 1963 Jefferson nickel that has been well preserved and is in uncirculated condition, you could be in for a pleasant surprise. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been in general circulation. They have never been in someone's pocket, purse, or wallet, meaning they haven't been subjected to wear and tear. Uncirculated coins are often carefully stored in protective holders or containers to maintain their pristine condition, and these coins are highly sought after by collectors. Why are uncirculated coins so valuable? The answer is simple: condition. The better the condition of the coin, the higher its value. A coin that has been kept in perfect condition is a rare find because most coins, especially those that have been used in everyday transactions, show signs of wear over time. A 1963 Jefferson nickel that looks as good as it did the day it was minted is a true gem in the eyes of collectors, but uncirculated condition isn't the only thing that can make a 1963 Jefferson nickel valuable. Minting errors play a huge role in determining the value of coins, and they can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin with an unusual feature or defect. The rarer the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. One of the most valuable types of minting errors is the double strike. This occurs when a coin is struck by the minting die more than once, often leading to a blurry or overlapping image on the coin. A 1963 Jefferson nickel with a double strike is incredibly rare and highly desirable among collectors. The more pronounced the double strike, the more valuable the coin. If you come across a 1963 nickel with a noticeable double strike, you might be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value. Another type of error to watch for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not aligned correctly when it's struck by the minting die. As a result, the design appears off-center. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can be. An off-center 1963 Jefferson nickel with a significant misalignment is a rare find that could fetch a higher price from collectors. Die cracks are also something to keep an eye out for. These occur when the minting die used to strike the coins becomes damaged, resulting in cracks or chips that appear on the coin's design. A 1963 Jefferson nickel with a visible die crack is a unique find, and collectors love these types of coins because they show the imperfections that make them one of a kind. Die cracks can significantly increase the value of a coin, so if you spot one, it's worth holding on to. So, how much can a 1963 Jefferson nickel actually be worth? Well, if you have an uncirculated version of this coin or one with a rare minting error, the value can go up significantly. A well-preserved 1963 Jefferson nickel, free from scratches and damage, could be worth much more than its face value of 5 cents. In fact, if you have the right 1963 Jefferson nickel, it could be worth as much as $37,000, yes, $37,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It's amazing to think that such a small and seemingly insignificant coin could carry such a high value, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. The rarity, condition, and errors that can occur during the minting process make certain coins incredibly valuable. A 1963 Jefferson nickel with the right features could be a true treasure, and if you find one, you'll have a valuable piece of American history in your hands. So, what should you do if you come across a 1963 Jefferson nickel? First, take a close look at its condition. If it's in uncirculated condition, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. Then, check for any signs of minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. If you spot something unusual, you might just have a rare find that could be worth thousands of dollars. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this information about the 1963 Jefferson nickel helpful and exciting. If you have any of these coins in your collection, be sure to inspect them closely, they could be worth far more than you think. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. Who knows, your next big find might be sitting right in your change jar.